Orange again here at Comerica Park on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Plenty of sunshine. Randy Arozarena will lead things off to start off Game 4. Casey Mize ready. Fires away the first pitch. It's in there for a strike, and we are underway. The Tigers in their home whites with the classic Old English D on the jersey. The Mariners dark navy jerseys and their gray pants. Now the windup and the 0-1 on the way to Randy. Swing and a one-hopper to third. Taken on a short hop by McKinstry. Toss across, and it's in time to get Randy. And we're underway. That'll bring up switch hitting catcher Cal Rowley. Cal with a big night last night. 2 for 4 with a home run to left center field to a fan out there wearing a dump number 61 here, and he did. Long home run the other way into left center field, and it was right to that fan sitting in the front row in left center field. 60 home runs on the year for Cal. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. On the pitch from Mize, and the count 0-1. Cal putting together an MVP season with the 60 home runs and 115 runs batted in. Now the windup and the 0-1 is high and inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Coaching down at third base, Chris Negron. Over at first base, Eric Young Jr. Outfield straight away. Wind blowing in from left center field. The windup and the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a pop-up. And it's foul and out of play on the third base side. And the count is 1-2 on Cal. On deck for the Mariners, right fielder Julio Rodriguez. Defensively, the Tigers have Riley Green in left. Parker Meadows is in center. And Kerry Carpenter is in right field. McKinstry, Baez, Torres, and Torkelson, the infield third to first. The battery of Mize and Dingler. Mize ready, right-hander, the windup, and the 1-2 on the way to Cal, and it's outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mize 14-6 this year, an all-star for the first time, and had a 3.87 ERA in 28 starts. 4-seamer, splitter combination, next offer, swinging a pop-up, out of play, third base side. And the count is still even on Cal at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He was a 2-time All-American at Auburn University. Signed a big contract as a top draft choice for the Tigers. Now the windup, and again the 2-2 on the way to Cal. It's up and away for ball 3. Good eye, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mariners had a ton of great at-bats last night, scoring 8 runs, the bottom part of the order getting on all night long. They scored 6 of the 8 runs. Now the 3-2 pitch to Cal, swing and a fly ball down the right field line. On the run is Carpenter, cross foul territory, reaching, sliding, he can't get to it. Foul ball down the line to the seats that angle out toward the right field line. And the count is still 3-2 on Cal. I want to say hello to all the fans at the watch party back home at T-Mobile Park. Thank you for coming out to the ballpark to watch on the Mariners Vision. Mariners will come home right after the ball game, hopefully with the division title in tow, and have a few days off. But right now, first things first, they've got to win Game 4. Right now, they lead the best-of-5 series. 2-1 by winning the last 2. The windup, and again, the 3-2 to Cal. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the Mariners have 2 down here in the top of the first inning. There's that splitter from Casey Mize. He's got a good one. That'll bring up right fielder Julio Rodriguez. Julio hit .267 during the regular season, 30-30 a year. Here's Julio. The windup and the pitch on the way. Here she comes. Swing and a foul back behind home plate, and the count is 0-1. Julio, 30 stolen bases, 32 home runs on the season, and 95 runs batted in. Outstanding year for Julio again. Mize ready. Here's the windup and the 0-1 pitch. Fastball that's low for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Not as packed as it was in last night's game. A lot of empty seats in the upper deck at right field and left field down the lines. Now the windup and the 1-1 to Julio. Check swing, and it's fouled away. That pitch found the bat more than the bat finding the ball. And the count is now 1-2 on Julio, with Polanco due up next.
Yeah, not a great crowd. I know it's the middle of a work day.
Yeah.
But nonetheless,
You would think there'd be more. It would be a packed house. Here's the windup and the 1-2 again. Swing and a ground ball foul right to third base coach Chris Negron.
I mean, this is not a franchise that has had playoff fatigue. Right? You see that sometimes with a team like the Astros, right? The divisional round in Houston in recent years hasn't maybe been as special as it would be for some other markets. They go to the playoffs last year, but that broke a little bit of a drought for the Tigers.
Julio back up there. Now the windup and again the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul. Back it out of play, and the count is still 1-2. On deck for the Mariners, second baseman Jorge Polanco. Yeah, what a day it was 30 years ago at the Kingdom. You couldn't even hear yourself think. It was so loud in that final game of the division series against the Yankees. The windup and again a 1-2 to Julio. High and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's tied after 4. The Yankees got a run in the 11th off of Randy Johnson to take a 5-4 lead. Jack McDowell pitching in relief started a few days earlier. Here's the pitch on the way to Julio, swinging a fly ball into left center field. On the run is Meadows and Green. It's going to be Riley Green who reaches up and makes the catch in left center, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We head to the...
Take a hat.
Manager A.J. Hinch keeping Carpenter in that leadoff spot, a left-handed hitter. And now we got a timeout. We got a baseball on the field. Julio gets a hold of the loose baseball and fires it way back into the crowd to the bleachers in left center. So now Carpenter steps in. Hit .252 during the regular season, 26 home runs, 62 RBIs. And it was Carpenter, if you recall, had the big hit, a 2-run home run in Game 1 of this series back home in Seattle. Miller ready. Out of New Braunfels, Texas, the windup and his first pitch of the day on the way, and it's low and inside for ball 1. And in a game like this, the first inning can determine a lot. You want to see Bryce get off to a good start. Carpenter followed by Gleyber Torres, and then Colt Keith, the DH. Two of the three hitters, left-handed bats. Here's the pitch on the way, to swing and a miss, and the count is even. And 1 ball and 1 strike, and there's that splitter. He's going to count on that splitter. Bryce has a pretty good assortment of pitches: a 4-seam fastball, the split finger, sinker, knuckle curve, slider, sweeper, an occasional cutter. Infield turned around to the right side for Carpenter. The windup and the 1-1 on the way. Swing and a foul back and out of play off to our left, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes as he came back with a good fastball.
Yeah, 97 again. Good to see that velo early on. You'd have to think the message is, let it eat early, go get them, because going long in the game is irrelevant. You want to hang zeros early.
You're going to need the pen, no doubt about it. Next off on the way, low and inside as he came back with that knuckle curve, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, not too many tomorrows available. Mariners will have an off day tomorrow, win or lose, but they want to clinch right here. Then wait to see who wins between the Yankees or the Blue Jays. Yankees finally won yesterday. Here's the pitch on the way, swing, and a shot fouled on the right field line into the seats down the line. And the count is still even on Carpenter at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yankees winning yesterday, 9-6. Aaron Judge hit a big 3-run home run off the foul pole. And the Yankees in a must-win situation, won. Now the windup and the 2-2 to Kerry Carpenter. Swing, and it's popped up out near second base. Cutting across, though, the third baseman, Gino, is there. Suarez will make the catch in front of J.P. Crawford. He pops the ball to J.P., who pops the ball to Polanco. And there's 1 away, and Carpenter is out number 1. Pops it right near the bag. Say, friends, when considering a Volvo, people should come to Sandberg Volvo Cars in Linwood to experience the Sandberg difference. The only Excellence Award winner and family-owned and operated Volvo dealership in the Northwest. Come in as a friend, leave as a member of the family. See great reviews at SandbergVolvoCars.com. Gleyber Torres, the hitter. The pitch. Swing and a pop-up out of play on the first base side, and the count is 0-1. Tigers during the regular season, 87-75, but for the most of the year, they were in first place in the American League Central and bowed out at the very end. They had a rough September. Next pitch is high and wide for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. They blew a 15.5 game lead in the Central Division, going 7-17 in September, while the Guardians went 20-7. Here's the windup and the 1-1 to Torres. Swing and a foul out of play in the first base side, and the count is now 1-2. As Miller gets a new baseball from the home plate umpire, who is Chris Guccione. Alan Porter's at first, Nate Tomlinson at second, Alex Tosi's at third. Jeremy Rehack, John Tumpain, the umpires on the left and right field line for the playoffs. Now the windup and the 1-2 pitch. Low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes with the slider. For Miller, this is his first start against the Tigers this year. In his career, he's made 3 starts against Detroit, going 2-0 with a 0.00 ERA. Now the windup and the 2-2 to Torres. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a fastball up and in, and Bryce Miller has his first strikeout of the afternoon. 2 outs for the Tigers here in the bottom of the first inning.
Oh, if he can do that today, it will be a very good day for Bryce Miller and the Mariners. Fastball up again at 97 miles an hour, up out of the zone. That and the split down, the north-south ability from Bryce Miller. When he's right, this is what it looks like.
No doubt about it. Here's Colt Keith, the DH, and another left-handed bat at the top of the order for the Tigers. Here's the windup and the pitch to Keith. Fastball for a strike. 0-1. Miller going on 9 days rest. He pitched 10 days ago. That was the final game of the regular season on Sunday, September the 28th at home against the Dodgers. That was the game started by Clayton Kershaw, his final start in the Major League. Swinging a ground ball up the first base line, picked up by Bryce. Underhand toss over to Naylor at the bag at first, and it's in time to get Keith. And 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers here in the bottom of the first inning. A nice start for Bryce Miller. We go to the top half of this great moment. really strong at the end of the year. The last 34 games, Polanco hit .375. Ended up batting .265 for the year, 26 home runs. Here's the pitch on the way to Polanco, a strike, 0-1. He had 78 runs batted in. And it was Polanco who had the big game on Sunday afternoon when the Mariners beat the Tigers 3-2 with 2 home runs off of Tarek Skubal. Next offer on the way, a strike on Polanco, and the count is now 0-2, and that doesn't happen against the game's best pitcher. Polanco 2 home runs, and then the Mariners won it on back-to-back doubles by Cal and Julio. The bottom of the 8th, 3-2. Casey Mize ready, the windup and the 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout already for Casey Mize. And 1 out for the Mariners here in the top half of inning number 2. And that'll bring up Josh Naylor. Josh hit .295 for the regular season, 20 home runs, 92 runs batted in, and stole 30 bases. Naylor up there batting from the left side. The windup and the pitch. Fastball for a strike. 0-1. Yeah, looking inside that Mariner dugout, there's Edgar Martinez, the Hall of Famer. It's got to be pretty cool to be Edgar. Here's the windup and the 0-1 on the way to Naylor. Low and inside for ball 1, 1-1. Had that doubles we talked about in the final game of the division series against the Yankees 30 years ago today. It's got a street named after him. It's got the statue outside the ballpark. Danny Wilson by his side was on that ball club, of course. Next offer on the way. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line. It's going to be a fair ball into the corner. Naylor digging for second. Up with the ball is Carpenter. The long throw in, not in time. Josh Naylor with a 1-out double here in the top half of the second. Here's some cheering from the Mariner fans who made this road trip behind the Mariners' first base dugout and up a little ways on the first base side. So Naylor on at second base with the Mariners' first hit of the afternoon, a double into the right field corner. That'll bring up Gino. Eugenio Suarez with a long home run to left field in last night's game. His first of the postseason. He hit 49 during the regular year. Casey Mize, a look back at Josh. Got to keep your eyes on Naylor all the time. Here's the pitch to Gino, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Starts him off with a splitter, 0-1. Gino 1 for 3 last night with that home run. 1 for 11 in this series. The pitch to Suarez. It's inside for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Mariners have been to the postseason 6 times in their history. And the first time was in that 1995 season. Mize a look back, delivers. Gino a check swing, and he fouls it away behind the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mariners getting back to the postseason this year, winning the American League West for the first time in 24 years, going 90-72. Toward the end of the year, they really put a hurt on the Houston Astros and their chances, sweeping Houston in Houston in that 3-game set. Then they came home and swept aside the Rockies, clinched a postseason berth, clinched the West Division title, and clinched the second berth to get a bye. Here's the pitch. Check swing, and it's low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Weather-wise, different story than last night. We had a 3-hour rain delay. Got the field ready, got the game in, and got the win. That was the most important thing. Mize a look back at Naylor, pitch to Gino, swing and a miss for strike 3. Another strikeout for Casey Mize. His third of the game already. 2 outs for the Mariners here in the top half of the second. And that'll bring up designated hitter Dom Canzone. Right now the Mariners just need a base hit. And it's always huge when you get the early lead, then go from there. Bryce Miller had a quick 1-2-3, bottom of the first inning. Mize ready. And the pitch on the way to Canzone, swinging a ground ball, base hit into right field. Naylor to third, being waved in. Up with the ball is Carpenter. The throw to the plate is not in time. Naylor scores, standing up. The throw was wide. Dingler, the catcher, had to go get the throw. And Dom Canzone with a 2-out RBI single. And the Mariners have the lead 1-0 here in the top half of the second. Clutch base hit for Canzone. So Naylor scores easily. And that'll bring up Victor Robles.
That's a splitter that was beneath the zone, but it was right over the plate. And because of that, it allowed Canzone to go down and get it and poke it for a base hit.
Hit it hard into the right field. Right in the gap between first and second. Here's the pitch on the way to Victor, swinging a foul back, and the count is 0-1.
The splitter is such an interesting pitch for Mize. He believes in it and believes it's a big part of what he does, but the numbers have not been good for the splitter this year. Opponents batting nearly 300 against it.
Now the set by Mize, and the right-hander's 0-1 pitch to Victor, swing, and a foul out of play on the first base side, and the count is now 0-2. Yeah, they hit 297 off his splitter, 253 off his four-seamer. His slider's been a good pitch, batting 227. He has a slurve and a sinker. Center fielder Meadows, a little bit toward left center field. Robles behind in the count, the 0-2. Check swing, it's down and away for ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Victor was his vivacious self inside the clubhouse this morning, always making a lot of noise. One of the happiest guys on this ball club. Here's the stretch and the 1-2 pitch. Low and outside. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Always likes to have a good time with his teammates and all the other support guys with the Mariners Baseball Information Department, the broadcasters, the coaching staff. Loves playing the game, and it shows. Canzone out at first with a 2-out RBI single. 1-0 Mariners. And the 2-2 on the way. Robles backs out of the way, jumps away from ball 3, almost hit him. He runs across home plate, halfway toward the dugout. And he kind of points toward the dugout. I don't know if to Dan Wilson or Randy Heck to say, I'm okay. Then get hit. That's ball 3.
Almost like he asked the dugout if he actually got hit or not. Almost got his jersey.
Game close.
That's the best way to get hit by a pitch.
Yeah. Hit the blouse.
Yeah.
3-2 the count on Robles. Canzone will take off at first, 2 down the stretch. There he goes. Pitch of the way, and it's low and outside for ball 4. So Robles with a fine at bat draws a walk, and that'll bring up J.P. Crawford. Well, again, the guys at the bottom of the order did the job last night. They were on base all night long. Suarez, Canzone, Robles, and Crawford, along with Luke Raley, who late in the game pinch hit, was hit off his knee. It's uncanny how he's able to do that. Stick that knee out there sometimes. He get ticked with a pinch. Here's the stretch, and now Mize steps off, pops the ball out of his hand. Re-catches it as Crawford steps away from home plate. Canzone on at second. Robles, good lead at first base, 2 outs. Pitch on the way to JP. It's inside for ball 1. Crawford had a huge night last night. With a single, a walk, a home run, a sacrifice fly. He drove in 2 runs, big home run to right field. That was in the 6th inning. The pitch on the way to Crawford. Check swing, a strike. And the count is even on JP at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mariners looking to add on, have the 1-0 lead, and they're looking for more. Mize will look back at Canzone. The stretch and the pitch to Crawford. Check swing, it's high. Did he go? And they made the appeal down to the third base umpire, and he said that JP went, and it's a strike. And the count is now 1-2. And JP has just called time to back away from home plate. Alex Tosa, the umpire at third, made that call. So now JP looking for a clutch base hit with 2 outs behind in the count. The look in by Mize. Runners get their leads, and the next offer on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that's going to retire the side. However, the Mariners get a run on the 2-out RBI single by Dom Canzone. We go to the bottom half of the second. Our Mechanics Bank score, the Mariners 1 and the Tigers 0. Another baseball is loose out there in left field, which it was back in the first inning. And the Tigers ball boy down the left field line, racing out to go get it. That gets a nice round of applause from the crowd here at Comerica Park. For years, the Tigers played at Old Tiger Stadium. Down the road to Michigan and Trumbull hotel that we're staying at, the Godfrey is just a block away from Old Tiger Stadium. Here's the pitch on the way, swing and a pop-up out of play in the left field side, 0-1. I could see part of the field from my hotel room. And so this morning, ran into Mr. Goldsmith on his way to get some coffee and walked over to the corner of Michigan and Trumbull, the side of Tiger Stadium, which was there for many, many years until this ballpark was opened up in 2000. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's low and inside. Ball one ball, and one strike.
They kept the flagpole.
Flagpole is still out there. The whole field is artificial turf, but it's all painted. The lines where the home plate was located for all those years. Here's the next off of the way. Swing and a ground ball foul up the first base side. And the count 1-2. I spent many, many years at Old Tiger Stadium. Getting to the Mariners in 1983 and then being the play-by-play announcer for the Tigers in 1992, 3, and 4. Grand old ballpark. Miller ready, the windup, and now the 1-2 pitch on the way to Green. Swing, and it's popped up. Third base side. Way over is Cal Raleigh near the dugout, and this one lands on the Tiger roof of the dugout, and the count is still 1-2. So still nostalgic to walk over to that corner and see where the old stadium was located, and looking out, I could still picture the huge bleachers in straightaway center field, the upper deck and left, and the upper deck and right field, which was an overhang that stretched all the way out to the front of the warning track. There's a short porch in right field. Here's the windup and the 1-2 on the way to Green, and it bounces in for ball 2. There's that knuckle curve from Bryce, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So many times you see a right fielder go back to the wall, but never could make the catch because it landed bloop right in the upper deck that extended out over the track. But it saw many great highlights down through the years in Detroit Tiger history. Here's the 2-2 on the way to Green. Swinging a ground ball right to Naylor at first base. Has it underhand flip to Miller, covering first on the play. And Green is out number 1. And that'll bring up first baseman Spencer Torkelson. I mean, we're talking Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, pick a great name, Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio, Hank Greenberg, Charlie Gehringer of the old Tigers, Mickey Cochran. Man, they had set great ball clubs in the early days of the franchise, the early 1900s with Cobb, 1920s and 30s. Mickey Cochran, Hank Greenberg in the 40s, and of course Al Kaline in the 50s and the 60s. Here's Torkelson, right-handed hitter. The windup by Bryce delivers, and it's over for a strike, and the count is 0-1. I'm telling you, Bryce Miller, guys, looks very sharp in the early going this afternoon.
That fastball still at 97. He's been very consistent with it. This may be the best he's looked all season.
Miller, a little waggle of his glove. Now the windup and the 0-1 to Torkelson. Swing and a foul out of play behind the plate. Comes back with another fastball at 97. So he's got a little heat on that fastball. A lot of heat.
Yeah, I know it's early in the game, so I'm not talking about results. I'm just talking about how he has looked so far. He's looked great.
He's retired the first 4 batters in a row. Looking for his second strikeout. Miller with the sign from Cal, still waiting. Clock ticking down the windup. And the 0-2 on the way to Torkelson. Swing and a fly ball into right field and deep. Going back, Robles to the warning track, leaps up near the wall, and he makes the catch. He had a little bit of room to work with. Robles going from the sunlight into the shade on the warning track from the toothbrush-style light towers in the right field corner. And he makes the catch, and a well-hit ball by Torkelson, and there's 2 outs. So that's 5 in a row retired by Bryce Miller, and here comes third baseman Zach McKinstry. One of the fun things about coming to this ballpark for years was the run into Al Kaline, who was the voice on television, analyst for the Tigers many years, swinging a line drive into center field, a base hit for McKinstry, and the Tigers have their first base hit of the afternoon. Up with the ball is Julio, gets the throw back in to JP. So McKinstry, first pitch swinging, Single sharply back up the middle. That'll bring up catcher Dylan Dingler. Dingler hit .278 during the season, 13 home runs and 57 runs batted in. And Mr. Kaline was one of the class acts in the game of baseball. So here's Dingler, right-handed hitter. McKinstry, 19 steals on the year. There he goes. No, he stays. Pitch out of the way. Fake me out. Pitches up and in for ball one. Looked like he was on his way to second. Put on the brakes right away. Tigers don't steal a lot of bases. He's one of the guys that can. But with just 19. He's held on by Naylor. The look in by Miller. And a toss over to first base. That'll get McKinstry back to the bag. 1-0 Mariners if you just tuned in. 1 on and 2 outs for the Tigers. Mariners would love to wrap up this division series right here in Comerica Park. Move on to the ALCS. Here's the pitch on the way. Swinging a fly ball straight away center field. Going back, Julio, he's there. Backpedal some more to make the catch. That will retire the side. 2 scoreless innings in the books for Bryce Miller. Off to a great start this afternoon here in Game 4 of this division series. We go to the top of the...
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio.
He makes the catch, and there's one away. That brings up Cal. This premium matchup powered by Atmos Rewards, a loyalty program by Alaska Airlines and Hawaiian Airlines. Seize the moment. Join today. AtmosRewards.com. Cal struck out his first time, a long plate appearance. Here's the pitch to him. And that's upstairs, taken for a ball. There's a nice group of Mariner fans behind the first base dugout. You can hear them over everyone else chanting MVP. Here comes the pitch to Cal. That's upstairs. The There's plenty of boos surrounding them, trying to boo down the MVP chance.
They have their own pom-poms.
They do.
Literal pom-poms.
They're very easy to spot. 2 balls, no strikes. Here comes the pitch to Cal. That's wide. 3 balls and no strikes. He's falling behind.
Yeah, they're surrounded by a sea of orange. You pick them out. There they are, off to our right.
3 balls, no strikes. Mariners on top, 1-0, third inning. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Mize back in the count. Mize has pitched in the postseason already. He went against Cleveland in Game 2 of that series. Only went 3 innings. 1 run. Detroit lost that game before winning the finale in Game 3. No one throwing in the Detroit pen, but they're getting loose. Warming up. Here comes the 3-1. Outside, ball 4. Point being, A.J. Hinch will be very aggressive today with his bullpen if Mize has any rough waters at all. And now Cal Raleigh on first base with 1 out. And here's Julio. Julio flew to left his first time. Cal at first base. Mariners on top, 1-0. Mize from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Took a big rip at a splitter. Stayed in the zone, but Julio swings through. No balls and a strike. Mize was the very first pick in the 18 draft. 1-1 overall, and now Detroit has their bullpen going. That didn't take long. Here's the pitch. Strike over the edge. If there's one thing that bonds these two teams and why these two teams are here, it is the 18 draft. Not only did Detroit draft Mize, but Tarek Skubal was their 9th round pick. And we all know about the Mariners' 18 draft. It was on full display yesterday. Logan Gilbert, Cal Raleigh, the battery, both taken in the 18 draft. Julio taps the plate a couple of times. Cal a walking lead at first base. No balls, 2 strikes. Mize deals. Swung on and missed. That was a fastball right down the middle. Julio swings through. That's the 5th strikeout for Mize. There's 2 away. Here's Polanco. It just feels like Mize, given the circumstances for the Tigers, is walking a tightrope, and it wouldn't take much to knock him out of this game, given the circumstances. Polanco struck out his first time. Pass from the left side against Mize. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul back, out of play.
It's lefty Tyler Holton warming up in the Tigers bullpen. You've got lefty Josh Naylor on deck, who doubled and scored back in the 2nd inning. So A.J. Hinch's wheels in motion because of that, no doubt.
If Polanco reaches here, that could be it. Kyle, small lead at first base. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Diving out of the zone, no balls, 2 strikes. Mariners a 1-0 lead. Polanco takes the practice hack, now climbs back into the box. Mize ready, he delivers. Swung on, popped up behind home plate, that's into the crowd, out of play.
Polanco does have good numbers against Mize in his career. Now, he did strike out earlier today, but a couple of home runs and a pair of doubles off of Mize. He's seen him more than any other Mariners hitter.
Torkelson holding Cal at first base. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up. That's out of play. So Polanco putting a fight together here. Adjust the batting gloves. Back into the box. Mariners wearing their navy tops, gray pants. Tigers in their home whites. The 0-2. Outside. A splitter that was wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mize over 50 pitches. He comes set. He delivers. Strike 3 called. Right over the corner. Great spot. Perfect pitch. 6th strikeout for Mize. Puts a 0 on the board here in the 3rd. Go to the bottom of the inning.
take a hack at guessing which baseball player or
to be very good in a few innings. Here's Meadows to lead things off for the Tigers, batting 8th in the order. Miller into the wind. Here comes his pitch. Swung on, popped up. Shortstop, J.P. Crawford, a couple steps back. He's in the grass now, waiting for it to drop out of the blue sky. Two-hand catch. One pitch, one away here in the third. Mariners getting their one run in the second inning. A base hit by Dom Canzone. Mariner fans seize the moment. This postseason moment brought to you by KeyBank. KeyBank opens doors. Here's Baez, shortstop batting 9th.
And Bryce has been very efficient. Last 3 hitters, he's thrown only 4 pitches, getting 2 outs.
That's the way to do it. Miller into the motion, deals. And it steams just inside, a fastball at 96. 1 ball, no strikes. Polanco, the second baseman, shaded nearly behind the bag at second on Baez, the free swinger. Miller deals. Swung on and missed. That was an excellent slider just off the plate. Baez swings through. Baez an all-star in the first half. The second half has been a different story. Miller lets out a deep breath. Into the wind, deals. Swung on, popped up. Third base side, Suarez near the line, in the grass, waiting for it. Two-hand catch, and there's 2 away. So quickly 2 down as Miller has navigated through the order 1 time on just 1 hit.
Looks like he took just enough off the sweeper and had Baez way out in front and popped it up. Man, everything working right now for Bryce.
That's perfect, too. So key with Kerry Carpenter standing in. He'll bat with the bases empty. Carpenter batting leadoff. 1 for 13 in the series. The one was a big one. Here comes the pitch. Swung on a little check swing in front of home plate, but it Apparently fouled off of Carpenter. Cal hustled to track it down, but it's a foul ball, 0-1. Miller just 30 pitches as he deals here in the third. Still a lefty going for Detroit, so you do wonder if Naylor's going to see a lefty when he leads off the fourth inning. Mize has given up 1 run. He struck out 6. Miller into the wind. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, chopped foul. First base side. No balls, 2 strikes.
Just working ahead. Constantly working ahead of these hitters.
Yeah. Climbs back onto the hill. No balls, 2 strikes. He's got 1 strikeout so far. Outside of that, mostly soft contact. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, fouled straight back. He went after it with high heat, 97 above the zone, and Carpenter just gets enough to stay alive. Carpenter, 26 home runs this year, a career high. No balls, 2 strikes. Miller into the wind. Here's the pitch. And he bounced it. Buried a curveball in the dirt. Carpenter watches it all the way in.
Both these starting pitchers today so similar. Both right-handed, both with fastballs, both with splitters. Both love to go top of the zone, bottom of the zone with those 2 pitches.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The flutter of the glove. Into the motion. The pitch. Swung on and missed. That was a beauty. Chased a slider out of the zone. No chance for Carpenter. Second strikeout from Miller. He has been awesome through 3. No runs, 1 hit by Bryce Miller. Everything you could have asked so far.
Let's see if we...
Bolton, 70 appearances in the regular season. Pitched well. Left on left here facing Naylor. Holton's first pitch. And a misses low for ball 1. We saw both starting pitchers really kind of see an uptick in their velocity. Bryce Miller's throwing about 2 miles an hour faster on his heater because of October. Holton sets, fires. Swinging a ground ball. It takes a sharp hop, bounces off maybe his glove, and then definitely off of Baez, who was behind the bag at second and short center field, just a step into the grass. That looked like a ball that would have probably been turned into an out. Instead, Naylor's aboard at first base.
Man, that thing had a lot of top spin coming off the grass onto the dirt in front of Baez. Took a wicked hop. Didn't have much chance to try to get a hold of it.
Helped there was 104 off the bat, so it was moving pretty well.
I think it got a piece of Holton's glove. But either way, went right to Baez. He couldn't hold on. Pitch to Gino. And misses down and in for ball one. So either way, Naylor is aboard. An infield base hit behind the bag at second base. Gino, a home run last night. The next pitch. It misses outside. 2 balls and a strike.
This is a tough part when you try and match up a lefty against a part of the Mariners lineup. You still have to have a lefty pitch against Gino.
Lefty fires. And it's over the plate for a strike. You know, they're calling this the home run inning.
We know. It could be right now.
It could be right now. The Mariners have homered in the 4th inning each game so far of the series. Bullpen is up again for the Tigers. The 2-1. And misses inside. Good count for Suarez. 3 balls and a strike.
It looks like Melton, the starter, in game 1.
Well, he's got big stuff. Big fastball. He pitched well in the first game of the series back home. A set and the pitch. Swinging, it's a rocket into left field on a line for a base hit. Naylor to the bag at second base. He's making a wide turn. Now throttles back to the bag as Riley Green got to it. So back-to-back base hits off the new pitcher Holton. Naylor at second. Gino a single. Now the Mariners in business here, leading 1-0 in the top of the 4th inning. Nobody out.
A.J. Hinch did shut down the thought that maybe Skubal would pitch at some point this game. He said Skubal would be pitching a game 5. So everyone else available for the Tigers except for Skubal.
Well, here comes a visit out to the mound. We're broadcasting from the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. The Mariners win today, and they have punched their ticket to the American League Championship Series.
Mariners making sure there isn't a game 5. So you don't have to take a look at Skubal. So right now, big inning, 2 on and nobody out. Dom Canzone is due up next. He had an RBI single in the second. Stack up a bunch of base hits with runners aboard. Pop one out of the ballpark here and there like the Mariners did last night. Put up some crooked numbers on the scoreboard. Take a little pressure off Bryce Miller. Allow him the chance to go a little bit deeper in the game.
And the Mariners being aggressive off the bench here, too, in this spot. As Mitch Garver off the bench. He's going to pinch hit here in the 4th inning.
And we've seen Garver in this role a number of times already here in October. In a very familiar role during the regular season. Maybe not in the 4th inning, but it is a different time of year after all. So the Mariners have Naylor at second, Suarez at first base, and here is Garver with more activity inside the bullpen. Finnegan beginning to warm up for the Tigers. Lefty's first pitch to Garver. And he takes a strike. Changeup over the plate, 0-1. Mariners leading 1-0 on a Canzone RBI single back in the second. We play in the 4th. Nobody out, first and second for the Mariners. Trying to add on. Holton sets to the chest, deals. Swing and a miss. Doubles up on the changeup. No balls, 2 strikes. Bryce Miller has been phenomenal so far. Maybe his best 3 innings all season long. And the Mariners trying to give him a little more run support here. Mariners the early 1-0 lead. First and second, nobody out, top of the 4th. On an 0-2. Swinging a ground ball. It is foul by third. Still no balls, 2 strikes. Now, Naylor is kind of doing his typical Josh Naylor thing over at second base. We've seen this so many times this year since he was acquired. He is constantly hand gesturing to the man at the plate. Right now, that's Garver. And whether or not he's actually got something on Holton or is just trying to get in Holton's head, only Josh knows that. Now arms out to both sides. Here's the pitch. It is down and away. Naylor looks like he's trying to take off over there at second base.
What did that one mean?
That signal means I don't know.
Yeah. It could go either way.
Yeah. See it, hit it.
Holton looks at second. He deals. Down and in.
There you go. He's taking his right hand and flapping it down to his right leg, and that pitch was down and in to Garver.
He's going to make shadow puppets here pretty quickly. 2 on, nobody out. The 2-2. Swinging, it's looped high into the corner in right field. Not quite as deep enough to get into the corner. Foul territory, and it lands foul. Carpenter gave it a long chase and couldn't get there. It's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, it was Naylor at second base when Canzone drove him home back in the second inning. He was doing the same thing then, and it did not appear as though Casey Mize was too pleased with that, as he had a little bit of a look at what Naylor was doing. Of course, staring in and getting pitch grips or location for the catcher, all that's perfectly legal. Naylor at second, Gino at first base. Nobody out. Mariners have the lead in the 4th. The 2-2. It is just missing down and away. Breaking ball off the plate. A good take by Garver. Saw it well. This is a lengthy at-bat. Next pitch will be number 8. Robles on deck. Garver pinch hitting for Canzone. Pinwheels that bat one time. Now pulls it high and steady. Here comes the 3-2. Way outside. An easy take. And the Mariners have him loaded up against Holton. They do have the bullpen up. Finnegan has been warming, and here comes A.J. Hinch. So that did not exactly work out, at least not yet. Hinch is going to the righty. Mariners have him loaded. Nobody out top of the 4th inning. A chance to really open this one up a little bit. We'll step aside. Of course, the Mariners do have Luke Raley on the bench. We'll see what they decide to do when we come back. Mariners leading 1-0. Top of the 4th on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
A chance to really add on to their 1-0 lead here in the top half of the 4th.
Now Robles will bat with the bases loaded. Raley stays on the bench. Figure we'll see him hit for Garver later on if the game calls for it. Bases loaded, nobody out. Right on right. The first pitch. Robles takes off the plate wide at 96 miles an hour. So Holton, who took over for Mize, who was pitching well, loads him up without recording it out. A couple of base hits and a walk. Mariners have a chance to open it up here in the 4th inning. Bags packed, nobody out. Finnegan comes set. The righty fires. A wave and a miss. He chases a fastball to 96 off the plate. Of course, with Finnegan, you always have to be mindful of that splitter. And in fact, he's a reverse splits guy because of that splitter. It's been such a good pitch on lefties. So maybe even though a little counterintuitive, righties can be effective against him. 1-1. That is low. It was the splitter and a really nice take from Robles. That was a pitch just beneath the zone, and Victor gets ahead 2 balls and a strike. Naylor at third, Gino at second base, Garver the runner at first. The set, now the 2-1. Swinging a ground ball, chopping over to the shortstop Baez. A little underhand flip to second, on to first base. It is in time for the double play. It does score Naylor from third. The Mariners would have loved to get more. That's out number 2. First 2 outs of the inning, rather, and the Mariners now lead at 2-0. Well, the Tigers willing to give up a run to get 2 outs and avoid the big inning. Only man left is now over at third base. That's Gino. There's J.P. Crawford. First pitch to Crawford. And it's up and in. It turns him away at 96 miles an hour for ball 1. So that infield base hit by Naylor to begin the inning comes around to score. He's 2 for 2 today and has scored both the runs for the Mariners. The set, the pitch. Upstairs at 97. Crawford, a nice job laying off that high fastball. JP, a home run last night, 3 for 9, entering today in the series. Mariners leading 2-0, top of the 4th. The set and the next offering. Swinging, it's popped up. Dingler off with the mask, behind home plate. He throws the mask over by the Tigers' third base dugout, and he makes the catch near the third base on deck circle for out number 3. Well, the Mariners don't hit a home run. They do leave a man, but they cash in for their second run today.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what.
Box. Bottom of the fourth inning, Mariners leading 2-0. Bryce into the motion. Here comes the pitch. And Torres steps away from strike one. A fastball up in the zone. Torres 16 home runs in the regular season. A tough guy to strike out. Miller kicks, fires. Swinging, he fouls it back. Maybe a slider where not exactly where Bryce wanted it. It was up, but Torres wasn't able to move it forward, and now Miller ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Tigers have struck out a lot in this postseason. They struck out a ton during the regular year as well, so that's nothing new. Miller's 0-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive into center field for a base hit, and that was 97 miles an hour up. Maybe even up out of the strike zone. And one thing Gleyber Torres has shown us in this series, he can handle a high fastball. And that has been pretty apparent. And he turned that one around very well. And that scouting report on Torres might need to start changing pretty soon. Feels like all of his hits have been heaters up. So that brings the tying man to the plate. 2-0 Mariners, nobody out, bottom of the fourth inning. It's the lefty bat, Colt Keith. The pitch. Keith swings and pulls this sharply foul down the right field line. It bangs off the short wall by the fans that jet out into right field. And it's strike one. Now Miller has done a really nice job today getting ahead. A lot of first pitch strikes for the Mariners righty. 2-0 M's, nobody out, a man on, bottom of the fourth inning. A long hold, and now Miller's pitch. Swinging a ground ball, one short hop over to Naylor, who steps on the bag. He applies the tag first. He applied the tag first to Torres, so they're both out. Both runners are out. It's a double play. Josh Naylor just turned a ground ball to first base into a double play. Torres and Keith are out. There are 2 gone, and the base is empty. Torres just had a malfunction.
Heads up play by Josh Naylor, because by tagging Torres, he's out, no force, and then he steps on the bag to get the out on Keith, who hit the ball.
Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball one. I mean, you don't hardly ever see something like that, but Naylor, first of all, he handled that ball really well. That was a hard hit, late short hop over to first base. And there are 2 outs. Riley Green is the batter. 2-0 Mariners, bottom of the fourth, the pitch. It's high. 2-0. Dangerous lefty at the plate, the next offering. Swing and a miss on a fastball up in the zone, and Green nearly swung out from under his helmet. 2 balls and 1 strike to the Tigers all-star outfielder. 36 home runs in the regular season for Green, former first-round pick. The 2-1 pitch. Swinging, he fouls it back. 0-2. After first pitch splitter, it's been 3 straight heaters to Green, all up. As he tries to change eye levels here, go back to the splitter or stick with the gas. 2 outs, bases clean, Mariners in front on a 2-2. Swinging his chopping softly over to first base. Naylor handles it, sidesteps to the bag to retire the side. It was the splitter. It gets a weak ground ball, and the boos beginning to rain down here in downtown Detroit. Miller faces the minimum despite that leadoff single thanks to some heads-up defense.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the
the first 4 frames. So Randy, Cal Raleigh, and Julio here in the 5th. Finnegan, the veteran righty, comes set just above the waist. Here's his pitch. Randy takes a fastball in the upper inner corner at 96 miles an hour for strike 1. Randy 3 for 15 in the series with a double. 2-0 Mariners beginning the 5th inning. Finnegan fires home. And it's low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Finnegan, the longtime Washington National, which is their closer. Good fastball and a splitter. He delivers. Swinging a quick one-hopper past McKinstry at third base as he dove out to his left for it. Rosarena, a leadoff single to set the table for the Mariners beginning the 5th inning. Hard hit ground ball single to left. And a man aboard for Cal Raleigh. Cal 0 for 1 today with a walk, having a really fine series. 6 hits, including a homer and a double. He's driven in 3. Mariners leading 2-0 top of the 5th. Nobody out, a man on. First pitch to Cal. Swinging, it's popped up foul. Out of play over on the third base side into the crowd. 0-1. Cal homering last night. His second career postseason homer. His first this year. Turned out to be an important home run. The next pitch. Swinging, it's fouled straight back. He was on a fastball up, but he can't move it forward. It's 0-2. Back in 2022, when the Mariners broke the 20-year playoff drought, Cal homered in his first career postseason at-bat. That was at Rogers Center. Randy lead at first base. The 0-2 pitch. It's low and in the dirt. Dingler stays with it. It gets just outside the circle over towards third base, and that keeps Randy from advancing. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And maybe Blue Jays fans remember that postseason home run, along with maybe about 9 or 10 other ones that he's hit at the Jays home ballpark. Cal does not get the most gracious welcome whenever the Mariners go north, and maybe they'll be doing that again soon. Who knows? One-two pitch. Bounces in. This gets away from Dingler. Back to Julio, who stands on deck, and Randy just strolls into second base on a wild pitch. Really spikes a splitter. And now a base hit can bring home the Mariners' 3rd run.
Man, that's the beauty of having Cal Raleigh behind home plate. No pass balls during the year. Nobody advances an extra 90 feet when you got guys out there throwing a lot of splitters, sliders in the dirt like Logan did last night.
It's funny, Dingler, the other catcher without a pass ball this season.
The 2-2. Swinging a line drive into right field, base hit. Rosarena being waved in. He hits third base, and he's strolling home now. Just a walk in the park for Randy. He steps on top of home plate. Cal Raleigh drives in another run for the Mariners today as the boos continue to cascade here inside Comerica Park. It's a 3-0 Mariners lead in the 5th inning.
Clutch base hits the drive-in runs. Randy on at second base had to make sure that line drive got on by Gleyber Torres, then took off and still was able to score easily on the clutch hit by Cal Raleigh.
Here's Julio. The pitch to Julio. He swings and fouls it back for strike 1. You know, one thing I hope people are seeing from Cal Raleigh in this postseason, it's been just 3 games, 4 including today, is that he is more than just a home run hitter. Obviously, the home runs are his calling card. It's what makes him so special. It's what's making him an MVP candidate. The set and the pitch. Julio swings and pops it foul. I cannot see a single ball off the bat there. I'm telling you.
It's tough, isn't it?
I cannot.
The glare.
I'm just looking all around, and I just see all the crowd stand up behind home, and that's the only way I knew where it was. My goodness.
It's not easy.
The 0-2. It's in the dirt. I saw it. I saw it in the dirt.
I saw your head left,
just
right.
everywhere. Where is the ball? It is an odd time for a game right now. In any event, Cal is, as we know, he's more than just a slugger. He really has started to turn himself into a hitter this year, more than ever before. Next pitch to Julio. It's low. Splitter in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, Cal's not ever going to hit 300, but he's also not a guy who bats .210 and pops 50 home runs.
Yeah, kind of lost in all the home runs is how much his slash overall has improved. The batting average, the on-base percentage, the whole thing. It's been a big jump from a year ago.
Enormous. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball over to third. It's scooped up by McKinstry. Goes to second, 1 throw to first base. It's not in time and takes Torkelson off the bag. He had a belly flop up the chalk towards right field. It's a fielder's choice for Julio. Cal is cut down at second. That's the first out of the inning. 1 down, Julio aboard for Jorge Polanco. Mariners 3, Tigers nothing. 1 out, top of the 5th. The pitch. It's low. Polanco takes ball 1. Couple of strikeouts today for Jorge Polanco. Mariners second baseman has had a huge DS so far. A 2 home run game back home. A move to first base, and Julio dives back in. He's safe. Now, this place has really had the life sucked out of it early today. Then again, a long hold there. Ooh, nope, here's the pitch. It's up and in. Julio was thinking about it, bluffed over there at first base. And it's 2-0 on the Mariners switch hitting second baseman. Now, the Mariners so far have had kind of the perfect recipe. Some early offense and some terrific starting pitching from Bryce Miller. The set, there goes Julio, the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. This is going down the right field line and foul. I was pretty sure it's foul, but I also couldn't see it great, so. That was a little more of the shadows, a little easier to see from Polo, and 2-1. Had the distance, but just goes foul. And you've got Naylor due up next. Right-handed Finnegan facing Polanco here. He holds. Now fires. There goes Julio. Swinging, it's looped in towards left field. This has some carry to it, but it's not nearly deep enough. Green makes the catch well in front of the warning track, and Julio has to get back to the bag first. Polanco flies out to left field. So 2 outs, a man on, a run in on an RBI base hit from Cal Raleigh, who's now 7 for 15 in the series. He's driven in 4. So the Mariners' most impactful hitter in the regular season has lived up to that here in the playoffs so far. Josh Naylor, 2 for 2 day. He scored 2 of the 3 runs for the Mariners. He's at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. It ticks off Finnegan's glove. Starts to die. It caroms over to second base. Torres picks it up there with a bare hand and slings over to first in time to retire the side. It could have been bad for the Tigers, but it had just enough to get there to Torres without completely stopping to roll.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on
this inning. He's the number 8 hitter. 3-0 Mariners, bottom of the 5th, about to get underway. Power at the plate in Torkelson. Here's the pitch. It's a strike at 95 of the knees. We have seen the fastball velocity start to normalize now from Bryce. A lot of 97s early. Really even to his kind of final pitches in the 4th inning. But now it's kind of becoming more down to earth. 95, 94. His 0-1. Swinging a soft line drive into center field. Able to work a splitter that was just below the zone but was over the plate. And Torkelson shoots it into center for a base hit. Leadoff man is aboard. 3rd hit today for the Tigers, all singles. Here comes the lefty bat of McKinstry. Spire continuing to warm for the Mariners. McKinstry a base hit off of Miller back in the 2nd. This is his 2nd at-bat. Gino at the cut of the grass at 3rd base. Naylor holding on Torkelson at 1st. Here's the pitch. And this is high, fastball to 95, ball 1. Lefty bat at the plate, righty hitter Dingler, their catcher, on deck. Miller sets at the chest, now fires. Fastball 94, and it's called a strike. That was ball 2, but it goes Miller's way. That was a touch high. Miller stares home, deals. This is low. Plays off a curve. Nobody out, runner at first base. That's Torkelson. Mariners leading 3-0, last of the 5th inning. Miller delivers. That pops the glove for a strike. 95 over the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now, A.J. Hinch said it himself. For Bryce Miller, it all starts with the fastball. It has been a very good fastball today from Bryce Miller. Where does he go here? Miller's 2-2. Swinging a soft chop on the grass over to first base. It takes Naylor halfway to 2nd. He fields, throws to Crawford, covering 2nd base. They get Torkelson, so the Tigers swap runners at first. They have a speedier runner there now in McKinstry. 1 out, Torkelson out, 3-6 at 2nd base.
Nice play again by Josh Naylor. You knew you weren't going to be able to turn the double play. Was it hit that hard? Nice soft toss. Make sure you get the lead runner and that first out at 2nd at Torkelson.
That brings up the catcher, Dylan Dingler. So Spire ready to go by now. You got the lefty bat Meadows on deck. 3-0 Mariners, 1 out. The pitch. It's low, non-competitive pitch that time. It was the slider that he just missed with. Down and away in the dirt. Dingler has some power. 13 home runs this year. As Pete Woodworth is on his way out to the mound. Well, he has gotten, Miller that is, has gotten to a point of the game where you feel like any out he gets beyond right now is just gravy. He has taken you into the 5th inning. He has recorded an out, 4 1/3 in the bank right now from Bryce. Has not allowed a run so far. Is working with McKinstry at first base. So there's no doubt Dan Wilson will get aggressive with his bullpen here if he needs to. And if he needs to, might be as soon as a runner gets to 2nd base.
Yeah, lefty on deck, too. So it's a natural point for Spire.
Even though Meadows is not the guy that strikes a lot of fear in you, it doesn't really matter right now. Mariners on the cusp of advancing to the American League Championship Series with a win. 1 out, 1 on. Miller's 1-0 pitch. Swinging, it's fouled off the right side. He goes after him with a fastball. It's 1-2. Pardon me, it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Mariners have all 3 runs in this one so far. Tigers making a little bit of noise here in the 5th inning. Good runner at first base in McKinstry. Here comes the next pitch. It's low. Fastball in the dirt. It's 2 balls and a strike.
The only 2 innings that Tigers have had their leadoff man on, last inning, the 4th, and here in the 5th, the next batter has hit the ball on the ground. That always keeps you out of trouble.
Miller behind in the count. His 2-1. Swinging a rocket to the gap in left center field. Rosarena can't get there. This goes to the base of the wall. McKinstry is racing to third base. He'll make his way home to score. Dangler stands up at second base. The Tigers show signs of life for the first time offensively today. It's a rocket to the gap by Dangler, and a 3-1 Mariner lead now with one out of the bottom of the fifth inning. Dan will make a move. Tying run comes to the plate now in Parker Meadows. Cape Spires coming on here. Well, Bryce Miller did what you were hoping for today. He gets the end of the fifth inning, allows just the one run. He is responsible for Dingler at second base. We've got a pitching change. Tigers making it a little more interesting here.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Tigers won. Great job by Bryce Miller. 4 1/3 innings. Right now he's given up 1 run, 4 hits, did not walk a batter, and he struck out 2.
Jahmai Jones hitting for Meadows. Jones 7 home runs on the year. All have come against lefties. The lefty Spire on the mound. Jones representing the tying run at the plate. 1 out, bottom of the fifth. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive. Fair ball just inside the line. In left field for a base hit. Dingler rounds third and scores. Jones is into second base. Blink your eyes. It's a 1-run game. Jahmai Jones, a pinch hit, run-scoring double, and the Mariners' lead is cut into further. It's 3-2 Mariners in the fifth inning. Back-to-back RBI doubles from the Tigers. So that move works out well for A.J. Hinch. And now chance for Javi as Javi Baez comes up representing the go-ahead run. Base hit can tie it. Runner at second. Here's the pitch. It's high, not even close. Ball 1. You've got the lefty Kerry Carpenter on deck.
Jones straying way off the bag at second. Blanco telling Spire to keep your eyes on him.
The most noise this crowd has made all series here at Comerica. A 1-0 pitch. Swinging a grounder foul over by third base. 1 ball and 1 strike. All it would take is a well-placed base hit from Javi Baez, and this game is tied. 3-2 Mariners, 1 out runner at second, last of the fifth. Spire, look at second base, comes set. And now spins off, throws the tag by Polanco, and he's safe. Jones safe at second base. That looked to be the right call. Dan Wilson's got his arm extended, waiting to hear from Andy Bissell in the video room. In real time, he looked safe. Wilson still waiting to hear from his video room. They will not challenge. Baez digs back in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Spire, look at second base, sets. Now fires home. Fastball for a strike above the knees at 96, and now Spire ahead 1-2. Now this crowd now all on its feet. Tying run at second, go-ahead run, Baez at the plate. Here comes the next pitch. Swinging a fly ball deep down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. This ball is foul. It's a foul ball to left field. Man, hold your breath. That would have flipped the script. A terrifying moment. Back foot slider from Spire, and Baez can't keep it fair. Jones the lead at second base. Spire's 1-2. It's low, blocked by Cal. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the order due up next. Mariners 3, Tigers 2. 1 out, tying run at second base, last of the 5th. Spire, big deep breath. Now the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, quickly skipping up the middle into center field for a base hit. This ties the game. Jones rounds third. Javi Baez has tied it for the Tigers. Part of a 3-run 5th inning, and we are right back where we started. Turns over, and Kerry Carpenter getting set to hit. Go ahead run at first at Baez. Carpenter 0 for 2. Leadoff man for Detroit. There's a move to first base. Baez not far off the back at all. He just steps back to first. Tigers were scoreless for the first 4. They put 3 across in the 5th. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball over the plate for a strike. Carpenter has just the 1 hit this postseason against the Mariners. The home run off Kirby in Game 1. Very dangerous lefty bat. There goes Baez. Here's the pitch. It's a ball. The throw to second on a skip, and Baez swipes second base. Go-ahead run is in scoring position. One ball and 1 strike to Carpenter. Righty back Labor Torres due up next. Spire looks at second. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a fastball way upstairs, up and into 95. Not even Carpenter can get to that one. It's 1-2. Spire's having some kind of disagreement with the home plate umpire. He's got his palms up and arms out to his sides. They're trying to get on the same page about something here. Everybody moving on. Baez at second. 1 out, the 1-2. Swinging, it's flicked foul back behind home. After that high fastball, he went with a slider down, and Carpenter just able to get a piece to stay alive. Baez, good runner in scoring position. Here comes the 1-2. Swinging, it's popped up, foul, out of play, over by third base into the crowd. It's still a ball and 2 strikes. Well, no chance for the double play after that stolen base by Baez. You've got a pretty pesky right-handed hitter in Torres due up next, but you got to take care of Carpenter first at the plate. 1 out, go-ahead run at second. Spire in the fire right now. The 1-2. Swinging a chop off the plate, up the first base line, trickling. Naylor will get it and apply the tag. Now Carpenter spills out after a tag by Naylor, and some boos for Naylor as they feel like Naylor really pushed Carpenter to the ground. That was a bang-bang play as that ball was trickling so softly to first base that by the time Naylor picked it up, he had to quickly apply a tag, and it ended up knocking Carpenter to his feet.
Josh Naylor's a big, strong man, and Carpenter loses that battle. Carpenter also a strong kid, but, man, he just bounced off of Josh Naylor, who was able to hang on to the ball, make sure he got the out on Carpenter, and then alertly kept his eyes on Baez, who was able to advance over to third base. But a heck of a play right there by Josh Naylor.
So 2 outs and Baez 90 feet away. The go-ahead run. Here is Torres. And they will put him on. And here comes Colt Keith, the lefty bat. They don't hit for Keith. We have seen them lift Keith against lefties very early in games. They let the lefty bat Colt Keith bat here. He's 0 for 2 today, but facing Spire for the first time. No, huge spot here. Spire with the advantage against Keith. Left on left. Runners on the corners. 2 outs, tied in the 5th. Spire's pitch. Swinging a weak ground ball over to Naylor. He's got it, cut of the grass. Side steps to the bag. He steps on first base to retire the side. 3 runs do come in for the Tigers. It's been one of their best innings of the series. A 3-run fifth to tie things up, and after 5, it's a brand new ball game. Mariners 3 and the Tigers 3 on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
Let's see if we can figure out the following.
3-3 the score. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed again. High heat. Melton 4 innings against the Mariners in Game 1. 2 hits, just 1 run. Gave up a solo homer. That was it. Of course, the Tigers winning the first game of the series. That home run was to Julio. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. He's got a lively fastball. Average is 97 on the heater. 6th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3-3 Mariners Tigers. M's looking to punch their ticket. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul back. That was 98 that Gino fights off. If the Mariners win, they'll play for the American League Championship against either the Blue Jays or Yankees. Here's the 1-2. Swung on off the end of the bat, right back at the pitcher Melton. Grabs it. Underhand toss to first base in plenty of time. And that's the first out here in the 6th inning. That's going to bring Luke Raley to pinch hit. He'll bat for Garver. This is a spot where Dom Canzone started as the designated hitter. Perez has taken over in center field for the Tigers. Meadows was lifted for a pinch hitter. Part of the 3-run 5th inning. Mariners had a 3-0 lead. That's been wiped away. Here's the pitch to Luke. Strike on the edge. 98. Melton throwing good heat. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. He just blew it by him. More gas at 98. No balls, 2 strikes. Rocks deals to Luke. Not close. Overthrows. This is already the 4th pitcher used by the Tigers. Finnegan went 2 innings for Detroit. One of their leverage guys, so he's done for the day. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Splitter. He swings through. Strikeout. This building has completely changed now. Zapped of life early. But now back into this ball game after plating 3 runs. So 2 down. Here's Victor Robles. Grounded into a double play, a run scored. The Mariners have left some opportunities along the way to score more. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up first base side. That's into the seats, out of play. 3-3 the score. Both teams with 6 hits. Melton into the wind. He delivers. Strike. Fierce fastball at 97. Shadows creeping towards home plate. Fans get on their feet. Here's the pitch. Half cut, did he go? He did not. Checks his swing. 1-2. Robles wearing pink shoes as he taps the plate. Melton into the wind. The pitch. Upstairs. Had a notion, but held back. That was 99. Too high. Robles chewing bubble gum as he stands in. Shadows getting closer. Here's the pitch. Just a touch low. 98. Below the zone. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mariners would like to get Robles on base. Try and create some havoc. Here's the 3-2. Down low, ball 4. Draws the walk. He tosses the bat away. And the Mariners had the go-ahead run at first base with 2 outs.
And what a huge at-bat right there because of a swing of emotion, in this ball game. Tigers with those 3 runs to tie things up. You need to get a little something going and slow down that world of emotion going on by the Tiger fans here at this ballpark right now.
See how aggressive he gets at first base. Here's the pitch to JP. Inside, jackknifes out of the way. 98 off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. JP, wonderful game yesterday. 2 for 2, a homer, a walk. Looking to find a gap right here. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Throw through to first base. Robles dives back just in time. He gets back just in time. Strong throw by Dingler. A.J. Hinch's hand up. We'll see if they want to take a look at this or not. Bang, bang play. They will not. So Robles at first base. 1 ball, 1 strike. Robles certainly a threat. Steps off a decent lead at first base. Melton ready. The pitch to JP. Swung on, cracked left field, falling fast. Green racing in. He's right there. He dives. He can't make the catch. It's a base hit. Robles to second base. He will hold as Green gets it in quickly. And the Mariners now with runners at first and second. And here comes Randy. Green kind of fortunate as he went to a dive that he actually scooped up the ball off the ground. That gets by him. Mariners are running forever. Big spot here for Randy. He singled and scored in the 5th. Go-ahead run at second base, and Victor. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. 98. Challenged Randy. Swings and misses. Big spot right here. Tied game 3-3. 6th inning. 2 runners aboard. The pitch. Strike at the knees. 99 miles per hour. No balls, 2 strikes. Robles, a walking lead at second. The pitch to Randy. Swung on a towering fly ball, center field. Perez over. He's under it in the gap, waiting for it. Makes a one-hand catch. And that's it for the Mariners in the 6th inning. No runs across. We go to the bottom of the inning. Still tied, 3-3 on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
Hey, Mariner Nation.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Mariners trying to punch their ticket today. Riley Green stands in against Gabe. Here's his first pitch. And it's just a touch inside. Missed 93 on the fastball. Home plate now in shadow. Gabe Spire in sunshine. Lets out a deep breath. Works with the bases empty. Here's the pitch. Swung on, club, right field. That's hammered. Robles back. He's looking up, and it is gone. Riley Green, a solo home run, and the Tigers have the lead. It's 4-3. Luzardo is up in the Mariners' pen. Here comes Dan Wilson. A rare lefty home run against Gabe Spire. Dan Wilson going to the bullpen. New pitcher coming on. Tigers have the lead now. It's 4-3. Back with more right after this.
A bicentennial isn't measured in years alone, but in progress. And KeyBank has been...
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is oppo taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an oppo taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Had a great season, 7 8 2/3 innings, walked only 27, and he struck out 82. So here's Brizardo to take a look at the right-handed bat of Spencer Torkelson.
Well, Detroit 3 runs in the 5th, 1 here in the 6th. They lead now 4-3. So Torkelson, part of that 5th inning uprising. Brizardo ready to deal. Here's his pitch. And he misses low. A slider below the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Tigers up by 1. The pitch. Strike on the edge. Still plenty of time for the Mariners in this one. It'll be Cal Julio Polanco. Due up in the 7th. Here's the pitch. Swung on, a ground ball chopper down the third base line. It's a fair ball, gets by Suarez, goes into the corner, hits the sidewall, picked up by Randy. Torkelson into second. It's another double. Tigers 2 doubles last inning, now with a homer and a double this inning. They've broken up the sticks all of a sudden.
Now, Gino is pretty adamant that that was a foul ball, but there's nothing the Mariners can do about it. He was pointing immediately, believing that ball was foul. It was signaled fair immediately by our third base umpire and is not a challengeable play.
It's where the ball crosses the bag, not where it lands. And
here's McKinstry. Corner's crashing. Here's the pitch. No bunt, and that's a strike.
definitely landed in foul territory, but it crossed the bag, according to the third base umpire, Alex Tosi.
It's a big run at second base. Mariners already trailing by 1. Here's the offering. Slider low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 6th inning, 4-3 Tigers. Here comes the pitch. Down low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Starter from the stretch, looks at second. Here comes his pitch. Swung on, smash to the right side. It's through for a base hit. Torkelson steams around third base. The throw in from Robles on one hop, not in time. He slides safe. The Tigers get another run. McKinstry, an RBI base hit. 5-3 Detroit. The Mariners bullpen, which has mostly been invincible in this series, not so here today. Tigers a 2-run lead. Here's Dingler. RBI double in the 5th inning. Luzardo throws to first base, and McKinstry back safely. Really the only threats on the bases. 19 steals in the regular season. Five runs, 9 hits now for Detroit. Luzardo deals. That's just wide. Didn't miss by much. Fastball just off the plate. One ball, no strikes. Luzardo deals. His palms up, wondering where that was.
You know, last 2 have been right on the edges, and he's not got on the call. They've been borderline, both of them, but they could have gone either way.
Bad spot now. 2 balls, no strikes. No outs. Runner at first base. 2 in. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. On the corner at 96. A homer, a double, a single in this inning for Detroit. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, foul back. Straight back to the screen. Hits the back wall and caroms right back out to Luzardo, who chucks the ball away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McKinstry at first. Here comes the 2-2. Now throw to first base. McKinstry is out. The tag applied by Naylor. He is picked off at first base. That's the first out of the inning, and a big one. A.J. Hinch is hand up. We'll see if they want to challenge us. McKinstry is not going anywhere. He's standing on first base right now. And they're going to challenge.
The first base umpire making the call. We get a chance to take a look at the replay. It was a strong throw, and from the angle that we just had, right hand is blocked by Naylor. Made a great catch and a quick tag, but did he get to the corner of the bag, the outfield side of the bag, before the tag on the shoulder?
I don't know if we've seen an angle that can really tell us either way.
This is going to be one where the league office, I would imagine, has to splice 2 angles together to get the proper angle of both the hand on the bag and where the glove is, because when you look at the angle where you can see the glove, you can't exactly see the depth of the hand, and vice versa.
Here we go.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is out. Detroit has 1 challenge remaining.
That's a big out.
It's huge.
First out of the inning. So base is empty now as Dingler stands back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. A slider on the edge. Dingler stares. That's the first strikeout for Bizzardo. Now there's 2 away. Perez is playing center field now. Meadows, the starter, lifted for a pinch hitter in the 5th inning. 5-3 Tigers, the pitch. That's a strike at the knees. So Bizzardo gets ahead. No one warming in the Tigers pen, so looks like it'll be Melton again.
I'd run him back out.
Yeah. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. So I've burned Finnegan, so in terms of leverage arms, it's kind of Vest, and maybe the plan is Melton to get it to Vest at this point. Here comes the pitch. That's outside.
Well, if Vest works 2 innings, you'd only need Melton to go 1 more.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Bounced in. Count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, 6th inning. Mariners now trail by 2. Mariners led 3-0. 5 unanswered for the Tigers the last 2 innings. Bizzardo set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, golf to right field. That's a base hit towards the line. Robles rushing to pick it up near the line. Perez around first base. He's into second, sliding, safe. It's another double. They're 4th in the last 2 innings. Good thing for the pickoff.
Saved a run right there. By getting McKinstry, who could run, he would have scored easily.
Tigers had 2 hits in the first 4 innings. They have 8 in the last 2. This game has turned on a dime. Baez, a big part of that. RBI base hit last time. He's batting here. The pitch. Upstairs.
Well, this is pretty critical here for the obvious scoreboard reasons, but also the lefty Carpenter due up next.
1 ball, no strikes. 6th inning. Mariners down 2. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That is destroyed. Left field. Long gone. Two-run home run, Javi Baez. Seven, 3 Tigers.
Tigers have sent 14 men up to home plate in the last 2 innings. Here's number 15, Kerry Carpenter.
So Carpenter will stand in. 7-3 Detroit. 3 in the 5th, 4 here in the 6th. Here's the pitch from Bizzardo. Swung on and missed. Mariners a lot of work to do now. 4-run deficit. Here comes the pitch. That's a strike.
Well, the Tigers just have not done much offensively at all this postseason. Just 1 home run in this series. Hitting 165 as a team. And, well, that's forgotten in these last 2 innings.
Here comes the 0-2. In the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bizzardo bent at the waist, now straightens up. 1 ball, 2 strikes, delivers. Swung on, lifted center field, playable for Julio. Barely has to move. A couple steps in, now into the sunshine. Through the shadows, makes the catch. And the inning mercifully comes to a close. 4 in the inning in the 6th for Detroit. Mariners some work to do. It's a 7-3 ball game. We go to the 7th on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
Remodel, restore, remember core.
Hey mates, Ryan Roland Smith here.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Pitch. Swung on, popped up. On the infield. Baez a couple steps back. Now in the grass. One-hand catch. One pitch, one away here in the 7th inning. We take a look at the Chevy Colorado scoreboard. Brewers and Cubs have started today. It's 1-1 in the first. Milwaukee trying to eliminate Chicago. Blue Jays and Yankees later tonight. And Phillies and Dodgers. Phillies trying to keep that series going. Pitch to Julio. Strike. Seventh inning, 7-3 Tigers. Here's the pitch. Swung on a chopper foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Melton into the motion, he deals. Swung on a miss. A waving cut by Julio. And quickly there's 2 away. Melton pitched well against the Mariners in Game 1 of the series. And he's pitching well again here in relief. Polanco will bat. The offering to him. 97 on the corner, a strike. Here's the 0-1. Check swing off the bat. And quickly he's down. No balls, 2 strikes. Tiger fans on their feet. They've certainly loved the last 2 innings. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3 called. Right on the corner. Got him looking. Mariners go quickly. 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. Go to the bottom of the 7th.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Here comes the pitch to Torres, and that's low. And the backdrop of all this, and A.J. Hinch talked about it before the game, there was optimism for the Tigers heading into this one, despite the loss yesterday, that they have Tarek Skubal awaiting a possible Game 5. Here's the pitch. Swung on club, right field, hit well. Robles ranging over. He's on the track. He's looking up. It's gone. An opposite field blast by Gleyber Torres. All of a sudden, it's home run derby for the Tigers. It's 8-3.
Third home run for the Tigers in the last 2 innings. That ball just kept going down the right field line. And Robles thought he had a chance to go get it, but just beyond his reach and over the wall in right field. Man, what a turnaround.
Here's Keith. 8-3 Detroit. Here's the pitch. Steams over for a strike. Here comes the pitch. That's a strike at the knees. This is what the Tigers looked like for the first half of the season. A team that was the best in baseball for a while, including a potent offense. Here's the pitch. That's down low. They stumbled down the stretch, of course. They found their way into the postseason, got rid of Cleveland, and now trying to even up this series at 2 games apiece. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, smash to first base, picked up by Naylor. He's going to race to the bag himself. Step on first. That's the out. There's one away. Riley Green, he broke the tie last inning with a solo home run. First of 4 runs in the 6th. Vargas delivers. Swung on, that's drilled center field. Julio ranging back. He's at the track. He makes the catch on the track. Brushes gently up against the wall. Out number 2. We're at this inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth.
Tough for a left-handed hitter to go out to left center field, but we saw Cal Raleigh do it last night. Way over that fence in left center field to the back part of the bullpen.
Here's Torkelson. Doubled last inning. The pitch. Strike. Had a single in the 5th, a double in the 6th. Two outs, 7th inning, 8-3 Tigers. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Vargas set. He deals. Swung on, fouled. That's first base side out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Vargas ready. He delivers. Swung on, ripped. Third base, or excuse me, left field line, and that's foul. Just pulled it. Three Detroit. 8 runs on 12 hits for the Tigers. They've hit 3 homers in the last couple innings. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. Vargas ball behind his back as he stares in, now set. He delivers 0-2. Swung on a chopper third base side. That scoots foul. So we'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes. Torkelson making Vargas work. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on, fouled away off the netting. 5 straight foul balls. Count still 0-2. This will be pitch number 8. The 0-2. Swung on, fouled again. Down the seats, or down the first base line into the seats. See what he tries here. The 0-2. And the dirt. He did not go. Lays off a slider. So he pitched number 10 to Torkelson. Here's the offering. Swung on, fouled away. Near the Mariners dugout this time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mariners down by 5 in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, popped up. Right on top of home plate. Cal Raleigh holding the mask, now called off by Gino. Races over, makes the grab. And that's an end of the inning. Tigers get 1 more. We go to the 8th. Mariners down 8-3 on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
Looking for high-quality assisted living that won't drain your life savings? At Care Partners Living, we offer...
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Here we go. The Mariners need a bunch. Naylor is 2 for 3. 2 hits. He scored 2 of the Mariners' 3 runs in this game. He had a double, and with 2 outs, scored on a base hit by Don Canzone. That's when the Mariners had an early 1-0 lead back in that second inning. Melton ready, fires away, swinging a line drive into center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. And big rally start with a little ripple like that. And that's exactly what the Mariners need when you're down by 5. Here's Eugenio Suarez. Stack up a lot of base hits. Gino is 1 for 3, singled back in the 4th inning. Melton from the stretch, and the young right-handers pitch on the way to Gino is a strike. On the outside corner, 0-1. $37,069 paid here at Comerica Park for Game 4 of the series. Now the stretch, and the 0-1 to Gino. Swinging a one-hopper to third, up with the ball. McKinstry down to second, 1. The relay to first, and it's in time for the double play. McKinstry down to Torres and over to Torkelson. They get Naylor at second and double up Gino at first. 5-4-3 double play, and the Mariners have 2 outs here in the top half of the 8th inning. 8-3 Tigers. And that'll bring up Luke Raley, who took over the DH spot, batting for Mitch Garver, who hit for Dom Canzone. Pitch on the way, a strike, 0-1. Luke not too happy with that call by home plate umpire Chris Guccione. Now the windup by Melton, and the 0-1 pitch is outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mariners 90-72 during the regular season, winning the West. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Now the windup and the 2-1 pitch. Swing, and it's popped up. Shallow left center field. Baez going out the shortstop, calling for it. He wants it, and he makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Mariners in the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Our mechanics.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Stretch. He delivers. Swinging a chopper along the third base side. Foul. And the count is 0-1. Vargas came on to the bottom of the seventh inning. Gleyber Torres hit a run, and then he retired the next three batters. He had a long battle with Torkelson. 11 pitch at bat. Got him to pop up. So here's the next offer. Swinging a foul out of play on the third base side. And the count is 0-2 on McKinstry. Weather-wise, heck of a day here in downtown Detroit. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yesterday we waited for 3 hours for the rain to finally get out of town. Just a steady light rain pretty much most of the day. Glad we got that game in. Next pitch. On the way, and it's inside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Way off the line at third is Gino. Now the stretch and the 2-2 pitch is high, ball 3, full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Baseball sure is a game of momentum shifts, and man, did the momentum shift to the Tigers' favor in that 5th inning. Next offer, swing and a foul behind home plate, and the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Now, part of what really makes it sting even more is that the Tigers did it against some real dudes for the Mariners, right? Some guys that you've really leaned on and have been so effective.
Spire and Bizzardo have been very good. Here's the pitch. Swung on, line to the right center field for a base hit. McKinstry gets aboard for the 2nd time with a hit. 3rd time, make it the 4th time in the game, his 3rd hit. And he's on at first base here in the bottom of the 8th inning. That'll bring up catcher Dylan Dingler. Dingler is 1 for 3 with an RBI double in the 5th inning. Seemed like everybody went up to home plate, put the ball in play with authority the last, well, now 4 innings. Dingler, right-handed hitter. The stretch and the pitch, swung on, little bouncer foul on the third base side, and the count is 0-1. Vargas looks in, ready, and the right-handers 0-1 pitch, swing and a foul behind the plate, no balls, and 2 strikes.
It is wild. You're talking about the momentum. A.J. Hinch spoke of this earlier today. Tigers win game 1, they feel like they're going to win the series. Mariners win game 2, they feel like they're right back in it. And they were. They win game 3, they feel like they're on the brink.
Here's the stretch and the pitch. It's a little bit low for ball 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And now here the Tigers are very close to winning game 4, and now they've got Scoreboard going, and now they feel like they're back in the driver's seat.
Changes very, very quickly in a brief best-of-5 game series. Well, we saw it happen 30 years ago when the Mariners were down 2-0 to the Yankees. Had to come back to Seattle in 1995 to win 3, and they did. Next offer, swinging a foul behind the plate, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. That's when Lou Piniella told me, Rick, we're going to win this thing. It was on the long flight back from New York to Seattle. And they did. Eddie Johnson winning game 3. Edger hit 2 home runs, a grand slam in game 4, then won game 5 in extra innings with that double. 30 years ago today. Now the stretch and the 1-2 to Dingler, low and outside, and the ball gets on by Cal Raleigh all the way to the backstop and down to second, a wide turn. McKinstry and now puts on the brakes, heads back to second, and that's going to be a wild pitch. It was in the dirt, and the count is even now on Dingler at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Tigers have taken advantage of every opportunity over the last 4 innings.
Well, beating Tarek Skubal 4 times in a year would be almost as great of a story as back in 95.
That's what they might have to do. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a foul at the plate. And the count is still even on Dingler at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mariners beat him twice in the regular season, early in the year in Seattle and here in Detroit. And then the Mariners beat him in game 2 back home in Seattle. Star from Seattle University is going to win himself his 2nd American League Cy Young Award this year. Won it last year. They've done it. The look in by Vargas and the young right-hander's 2-2 pitch. Low and outside with a slider. Ball 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mariner relievers having a rough time this afternoon. They've been outstanding. Now the look in, next pitch. It's low and outside for ball 4, so Dingler with a walk, and the Tigers have runners at first and second. With nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, they lead it 8-3. The batter will be Wencel Perez. And now time is called. Here comes manager Dan Wilson out of the dugout. That's going to be it for Carlos Vargas. 2 on and nobody out, and Danny's going to go down to the bullpen. So don't go away.
strike 5th and 6th, and then an add-on run in the 7th for the Tigers that has given them a 5-run lead here in the 8th.
Yeah, they threaten here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jackson on a relief, 2 on with nobody out. Pitch on the way to Perez, and he takes a strike, 0-1. So Luke trying to stop the bleeding. Jackson with the Mariners this year appeared in 10 games toward the end of the year. No record with a 2.38 ERA. Pitched for Detroit earlier this year along with Texas. Here's a stretch. Next offer on the way. Swinging a fly ball left field. Going back to his right on the run. Randy Arozarena, the 1-8 track, reaches out, and he makes the catch. Randy able to get to it. Tagging at second. Heading for third is McKinstry. Long run for Randy Arozarena out of the 1-8 track down the left field line. Makes an outstanding running catch for the first out of the inning. Back to first base goes Dingler as McKinstry is able to tag. He goes to third. Nice play by Randy. Took a quick look at the wall, see how close he was getting to it. At the end of the run, a leap to try to make the catch, which he did. So here is Javier Baez with 2 hits, a home run, and 3 runs batted in his last 2 at-bats. Only 1 out, first and third. 8-3 Detroit. The stretch and the pitch to Baez. A strike called, 0-1. Baez, 12 home runs during the regular season and 57 runs batted in. Jackson ready. He delivers, and it's up high for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Luke ready. Here's the set. Delivers. Swing and a chopper fouled away behind the plate, and the count is now 1-2 on Baez. Jackson helping the Atlanta Braves win a World Series back in 2021. He appeared in 3 games in that series against the Houston Astros. Here's the stretch. And the 1-2 pitch, swing and a big one hopper to third, charging Gino. He'll go to second for 1. The relay by Polanco to first, not in time, and the Tigers get another run. McKinstry will score from third, and the Tigers now lead 9-3. They get the out on Dingler at second, and Baez is safe at first base on a 5-4 fielder's choice, and he picks up his 4th RBI tonight. 4th RBI in his last 3 at-bats. So it's 9-3, Tigers lead. 2 down, and that'll bring up Kerry Carpenter. You would think if the Tigers scored 9 runs on 13 hits, Carpenter would have about 3 or 4 hits or a home run or 2, but he is 0 for 4. Been tough against the Mariners. The stretch by Jackson fires away, and it's a strike. 0-1. And that run will be charged to Carlos Vargas. He gives up a couple. Tigers now lead by 6. The look in by Jackson and the 0-1 pitch. Carpenter takes low and outside for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jackson getting to the big leagues back 2015 with Texas Rangers. Spent a lot of time in Atlanta. On to the Giants, back to Atlanta, Texas, Detroit, and the Mariners. The pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Cal Raleigh. 1-2 the count on Carpenter. Carpenter had a good wild card series against Cleveland. Hit 400, had 1 RBI. Now the set, and the right-handers. 1-2 pitch on the way to Carpenter. Swing and a pop-up. Shallow center field. Coming in is Julio. He's there in a sliver of sunlight in straightaway center. He makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. Well, the Tigers tack on 1 more. We go to the top of the 9th inning, and the Mariners need a Herculean effort.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Victor has walked a couple of times and bounced into a double play, 0 for 1. Look in by Vest. And the pitch on the way to Victor is a slider for a strike, 0-1. Mariners will head home right after the ball game. Tigers way out in front. Mariners are looking at Game 5 on Friday at T-Mobile Park. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul back by Robles, and the count is 0-2. Tigers 9 runs on 13 base hits, no errors. Mariners 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Halfway through this game, the Mariners had a 3-0 lead. Here's the set by Vest, and the 0-2 to Victor. Up high for ball 1, 1 ball, and 2 strikes. Mariners coming away with a big win last night. Here's the pitch. Check swing, and it's low and outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Logan Gilbert was absolutely outstanding. 6 innings. Didn't walk anybody. Struck out 7. Now the set, and the 2-2 to Victor. Swinging a ground ball right to the second baseman. Up with the ball is Torres. Here's throw to first. In time to get Robles, and the Mariners are down to their final 2 outs. Here with the top half of the 9th. Meantime, Toronto taking on the New York Yankees. Everybody playing today. Cubs at home leading the Brewers. Milwaukee leading that series 2-0. Here's J.P. Crawford. The stretch and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball down the third base line. Backhanded by McKinstry. Off balance. Throw to first, and it's in time to get Crawford for the second out of the inning. Heck of a play by Zach McKinstry. And now the Mariners are down to their final out here in the top of the 9th inning. Tigers 1 out away from tying up the series at 2 wins apiece. Later on tonight, Yankees at home against the Blue Jays, Dodgers at home against the Phillies. Early in the ballgame in Chicago at Wrigley, the Cubs are leading the Brewers 4-1. Here's the pitch on the way to Randy Arozarena, and Randy takes a look at ball 1. Randy 1 for 4 on the day. A look in by Vest, and the right-hander delivers. Way up high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to count. W's got 4 in the bottom of the first inning. Lead Milwaukee. Here's the stretch. And the 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball for a strike, and the count is now 2-1. Mariners had that 3-0 lead. We're looking to add on to for the Tigers, and scheduled to go is going to be George Kirby. Looking at George in game 5. So the Tigers come from behind, and they win it this afternoon, and they win it big. A final score of 9-3. We are even at 2 wins apiece. We'll be back with more from Comerica Park right after this timeout. What's better than a zero-turn mower?